After a hard fat loss phase, should you reverse diet or do a recovery diet? Let's talk about it. What's going on? It's Pro Physique coach Ben Berluti here. We just got done training some chest and shoulders, and I want to quickly talk about what to do after a hard cut, after a calorie deficit where you've lost a bunch of body fat. Now you want to maintain your progress, okay? To do this, you must reach a place of maintenance, right? A place of homeostasis for your body, and this is achieved through a reverse or recovery diet. So what is this, all right? So a reverse diet is a process of bringing your calories up until you reach a point where you're maintaining weight, because when we go through a energy deficit, when we lose body fat, that means we're eating less than what it takes for us to maintain our weight, and we're doing potentially some cardiovascular exercise to burn some calories, which is going to put us a little bit deeper into that deficit. Once we achieve our goal, we have to bring those calories back up, right? Now, a reverse is a process of bringing calories up in a slow, controlled manner. No matter if you bring your calories up fast or slow, you must be as disciplined, as dedicated to that process, just like you were during the calorie deficit. So, weighing foods, not going out to eat very often, making your own meals at home, hitting your macro targets very consistently at a consistency rate greater than 95%, it's imperative to maintain your progress. So if you are doing a true reverse, you're going to be bringing up calories by about 50 to 200 a week, starting to pull back on cardio. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're walking on the treadmill for 40 minutes every day. Well, maybe the first week you start walking on the treadmill 35 minutes, 6 days a week. Calories, maybe you bump them up by 200, and you make these slow adjustments week by week until you find that you're starting to gain a little bit of weight. Hunger levels are way down, so this is going to reduce the possibility of you overeating and now putting on some body fat, right? Because now our food focus is lower, hunger levels are lower, which is going to help us adhere to the plan. So you're going to be eating a lot of the same quote-unquote diet foods that you were during your deficit, just more of them. So if you're eating oats at breakfast, instead of 40 grams, maybe you're now having 80 grams. If you're having 100 grams of rice at lunch and or dinner, maybe you're having 200. See what I'm saying? Just more food to reduce hunger levels. As you can see, this is going to take a little bit of time to reach maintenance, probably about 3-ish months. As a coach, I like to see where my athlete is at. So once we get to the end of a dieting phase, I ask my client, look, how are you mentally? Are you extremely hungry? You feel like one wrong move, you're going to go off track and stack your way outside of your calorie targets? If so, you must do a recovery diet. That's a process of bringing calories up quickly, okay? So instead of bringing calories up by about 50 to 200 a week, maybe you're adding 500 to 600 a week, and especially at the beginning. It's going to keep you in check, all right? So we're adding calories quicker with the understanding that we may put on just a little bit of body fat a little bit quicker. I talk all the time about that net rate of weight loss, okay? Let me use myself as a real life example. I've lost 50 pounds and sustained it. I didn't do it in one dieting phase. My first dieting phase, I lost 30 pounds. I reverse dieted out of that, okay? And I gained 5 to 7 pounds. So my net rate of weight loss was what, 23 to 25 pounds? Then I did another fat loss phase later after I gave my body, my metabolism, my brain the break it needed, and I dropped another 20 pounds and stepped on a bodybuilding stage. After I did that show, I added calories back into the routine, right? And I gained some weight. But again, my net rate of weight loss was still 40 to 50 pounds, okay? So if you add a little bit of weight and body fat, that's fine, because you are so much farther in front of where you started off day one of your fat loss journey, okay? So you must be consistent, whether you're adding calories quickly or slowly. Be consistent to the plan. What I want you guys to consider and ask yourself is, how are you doing at the end of a fat loss phase? You've worked extremely hard to get to this point. We want to maintain your progress the best that we can. This can be achieved by adding calories back into your routine. Fast or slow, it's up to you. A recovery diet, you can get back to a place of maintenance in a month, right? Of adding those calories quicker. So maybe it's 500 to 600 that first week. Maybe it's 300 to 400 the next week, whereas the reverse is more like those 50 to 200 calorie bump ups as you start to pull back on the cardio as well, okay? Hope this helps you guys. Just some thoughts. Keep crushing your goals. Take care.